everyone, welcome to the Round 21 NRL Punters preview. As always, guys, I'm going to quickly talk you through a little bit more about Wicky, what we're trying to offer. I'm going to do something different this week. I realize, obviously, there's only 7 rounds left in the NRL, so I'm going to have a quick crack at looking at the ladder. People have been doing the ladder predictors and thinking about who's going to make the top 8, who's going to make the top 4, all that kind of stuff. So we'll have a bit of a play around with that. And then, as always, we'll get into our punters preview. I'm going to have to talk you through our premium odds comparison tool because our free one's not live yet. But that's cool. I'll show you guys a little bit more about that and talk to you. But before I get into a bit more of a spiel about all the stuff about Wicky, what we do, round 21, all that kind of stuff, let's have a look at the NRL ladder because obviously State of Origin's done, big distractions done. There's some freaking good games on this weekend. So let's get straight into it. It's cool. It never works when you want it to. There we go. All right, cool. So firstly, the ladder. So it's a bit annoying with the buys and stuff, but the Panthers and Broncos, 12 and 13 wins, amazing points differential, like clear top 2, I reckon. After that, you got the Storm and the Raiders, but the Raiders have a horrible points differential. And I reckon the Warriors or the Wars, as everyone calls them these days, they are pretty much, I'm just trying to have a look. Oh, it's bloody confusing with the bias. But yeah, Storm, Raiders, and Warriors, pretty much that sort of next rung on 11 wins. And then you've got, but the Raiders probably the worst out of the lot because they've got the freaking horrible points differential. And then you got on 10 wins, you got the Sharks, Eels, Rabbitohs, and Cowboys. I think I put a bet on a couple of weeks ago for the Cowboys to make the 8, and that is looking really good right about now. And then honestly, 7 wins, like all the teams below have 7 wins. They ain't making the finals. Just Knights, Seagulls, Titans, Dolphins, Roosters. Put across to them. There's no way in hell they're making it. And obviously the Dogs, Dragons, and Tigers are gone, and they're all fighting it out for the spoon. But how good is this round? You got Dragons and Tigers playing each other in like a spoon, or like a playoff the spoon, pretty much. I think like this isn't interesting from a close game or like a finals point of view, but I reckon the Panthers versus the Bulldogs is actually going to be a really good game. There's a few Panthers players at the Bulldogs now. That line was around 24 points. It's going to creep up to 30 points. And it's just going to be really fun to see how many of the same gamers get up and how big the ultimate margin ends up being. I think the line's going to end up around 30. I reckon the Dogs will compete for like a random 20-minute part of the game. I've got a lot of first try score and last try score picks on the Dogs, just hoping that they then nab an early try with like Reed Marnie in 81s or something. But that'll be cool. But aside from that, where are we? The draw. Let's have a look at the draw. So this is the playoff for the spoon. Warriors 5th v 4th Raiders. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I've got I think I had like a Raiders to win the premiership early in the season, and they're probably my favorite team as well. That's gonna be a freaking awesome game. Leading into Rabbitohs, Broncos, Trell Mitts back, Haas, Carrigan, Walsh back. Like this game is gonna be absolutely electric. They've got pretty much both full strength teams. Friday night. What the hell? Sunshine Coast Stadium. Oh shit. That makes it interesting. Ooh, okay. I didn't know that. Pretty much neutral venue as well. This is going to be really, really interesting. This is the Roosters season on the line. No Tino. Roosters are going to be desperate. That game's going to be interesting. Knights, again, season on the line. Storm had good win against the Roosters last week, playing away from home, though, against Knights. That's going to be a pretty cool game. And this is going to be so freaking good. So this is a playoff for the top 8. Pretty much for both teams. I think like they can make it if they lose this. But if they win this, they're in such a good position. And then, yeah, who knows how many the Panthers will win by. And then the Sharks and Seagulls. Like, I think the Sharks, I'm going to go through the fixtures in a second. The Sharks are at a risk. After that big loss to the Wars last week, they just, the record in the last few years, there's all these memes about them not beating top 8 teams and stuff. But it's actually true. And if they can't beat Manly missing Tommy Turbo, their season is stuffed. So that's going to be interesting. So, look, I'll have a quick look. I reckon a couple of the teams that could struggle. So the Eels and the Sharks are in the top 9 at the moment, or top 8 at the moment. But I just want to have a quick look at the draw, yeah? So it's round 21 now. So the Eels go Cowboys away, Storm away, Dragons at home, Broncos away, Roosters at home, Panthers away, and that's it, because they got the bye last week. So I reckon they should definitely beat the Dragons. They've got a few injuries as well, the Dragons. And they should beat the Roosters, given that they're in 14th. But the Roosters will be full strength back by then. And the Eels are now missing Sivo and RCG for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I think it is. So I think the Eels are a legitimate chance of dropping out of the top 8. And the other one I reckon will be cool to look at is the Sharks. After that big loss to the Wars last week, they've dropped Talakai to the bench, Moylan from the team, and Wilton's injured. So if you look at their draw, Manly this week, the Sharks should win, but this should be a competitive game. Panthers, you reckon will win. Rabbitohs back to full strength. They should beat the Sharks as well. Sharks beat Titans. Tino should be, Tino is back for that one. So that should be closer than a lot of people think. Cowboys away. I reckon the Cowboys win that for sure. Knights away. That'll be more competitive than most people think. If the Knights string a couple of wins together, this game could be like a knockout for the top 8, which could be really interesting as well. And then last round, they play the Raiders, which, like, the Raiders would be probably playing for a top 4 spot, and the Sharks might be playing for a top 8 spot. So I reckon they're another one that's in danger of falling out. And the last one I want to look at, because I'd probably, if I had to pick a team, it'd probably be the Raiders to follow. But this year, the Cowboys are making a run, and I've got a couple of plays on them that I'm really excited about. Let's have a look at them. So they play the Eels, missing RCG and Sevo at home, and put a play out on the Wicky Discord and stuff, minus 3.5 cows, which we'll be cheering on together. They play the Titans after that with no Tino, so the Cows, you reckon, should get that. This is going to be an absolute blockbuster. Cowboys Broncos, 3 p.m. game on a Saturday, which should be sick. Then they get a nice little break at the absolute perfect time. And then they play the Sharks at home, and the Sharks struggle against top 8 teams. They play a Dolphins side in the second last round. Hopefully, the Dolphins have nothing to play for, and the Cows can get that. And then it's Panthers, Cowboys. Pretty sure it was last year, the year before, that we all, I think the Winnie and the Tripod guys, and I think I also put this message out about getting on the Cows line because the Panthers were going to arrest everyone. And then they did. I don't know if I'm getting confused with another story. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But hopefully the Panthers rest a few of their guys and the Cows can shock a surprise here. I reckon the Cows could always get a top 4 spot, which would be sick. But anyways, it should be a really, really good end to the year. Some really interesting storylines about to play out. You can obviously play around with NRL.com. The draw and stuff's pretty fun to play around with. Have a look at that. Aside from that, guys, just a really quick update. Obviously, it's round 21. There's only 7 rounds and then the finals to go. So it feels like this year's kind of flown by. As you guys know, I've been doing this since 2020. I run Wicky full time. It was a massive grind in 2020, 2021, and 22 when I was putting all this work in and barely anyone was paying attention. But obviously, the try scorer picks were doing really extremely well last year. I know because I was tracking my own punting. And obviously our Discord going from 300 to 3,000, our socials blowing up, etc., has been amazing. I thought I'd just very quickly show you guys a couple of things because people are still a little bit confused about some of the stuff that we do. So I've been so fixated on the odds comparison tool and value picks and trying to make money and trying to make everyone else money that I forgot that for a lot of people, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 people just want to punt for fun. And I get that. Obviously, you want to gamble responsibly in any case. But so I've been trying to do a little bit more of the fun stuff. So I've got a profile on Dabbles. You can obviously copy my bets and stuff. So I try to still keep them value. I don't want to make them horrible value. But obviously, yeah, you can follow me. You can copy my bets and stuff. I've got a really good try score one that I put out in the last day or so. A few of the wingers, anytime try score multi, which I actually really like. Aside from that, guys, Wiki Premium, it is only for people that punt quite a bit or spend a lot of time on punting on an NRL and you're happy to get on value try scorer picks. If you just want to put on multis and sort of have fun with your punting, our NRL chat, show us your multis, winning slips. We've got a lot of sections where you can have fun with your multis and just talk footy. But yeah, if you want to obviously make the most out of your punting, I'll just very quickly show you. So Wiki Premium, we've got two sections here. You get the full odds comparison tool, which I'll show you in a second. So you get 12 bookies, 5 markets. You get it early as well. You get it on Tuesday evening. You get all of my picks on Tuesday evening when the value is fresh because all the bookies have just put their odds out. And then an hour before each game, there's an announcements channel for all the Josh Papa's premium guys where I put out all the picks for try scorers. And then we have a private chat as well for Wiki Premium. So again, guys, if you're punting for fun and you're punting smaller stakes and you just want to have fun with everything, with watching NRL and having fun on the games, Wiki Premium probably isn't for you. We've got more than enough free stuff on Wiki, the Discord, the site, and everything to keep you happy and keep you engaged. Couple of other things. I'll go back to Linktree. The other thing is obviously our Discord, free to use with I think we're at 3,200 people almost, which is awesome. We've got a Facebook group, Threads, TikTok, whatever. We've got a whole bunch of socials. It'd be awesome if you guys could like and follow. Obviously, almost everything that we do for free, it is for free, sorry. So it'd be awesome if you could follow along. And BetRight. So we've been working with BetRight for a couple of weeks now. So basically, we just get an intro fee for anyone that we pass on to them. I didn't want to. I think I remember Winnie talking about this on Tripod a few years ago when he started working with Toppy. It's like it's really hard to make a decision on what bookies you want to work with because like you want to be able to work with a bookie that sort of like half decent. And I think what I've seen with BetRight so far is that their prices is good for try scorers. That's the main thing for me. They've also got same game multi promos. They've got the $1.93 lines an hour before the game. And they've been pretty good in terms of like taking on punters, offering good prices, and not just sort of capping and banning people straight away, which is pretty cool. But anyways, obviously all of this stuff, guys, just Google Wicky Linktree, and you'll find all this stuff on here. And yeah, like the podcast that I'm doing, the article that I'll be putting out for everyone soon, it's all on here. So check that out. I think a couple of things that didn't say, sorry, about Wiki Premium is I think people are a little bit confused, like what do you get? Because I think I did want to keep most things for free. So if you're a normal person that's been using our Wiki Discord for a while, like you won't really notice the differences that much. But if you're using a lot of our value try scoring stuff, you will. So you get full access to the odds comparison tool, and you get it on Tuesday evening. You get full access to the private announcements channel and the Wiki Premium private Discord channel as well for all the users. And the other thing is the punters preview article. You get access to that on the Tuesday rather than the Wednesday when everyone else gets access to it. So just check it out, Wiki Premium. Check this out. See if it's right for you. We have hit about 35 of the 50 slots for the Josh Puppers though, and I'm going to cap it at 50. I'm going to do a hard stop. So with basically a couple of months left in the season, if you do want to get in, now's the time. You can give it a good crack for 8 weeks because we're going to be back bigger and better for next year. So I think if you want to give it a crack, now's a good time where you've got like 8 weeks of NRL or 8 weeks worth of NRL to get through. Cool. Enough of that stuff, guys. Let's get straight into it. So I'm going to do things slightly differently this week because it's a bit annoying because we've got the odds comparison tool. The free one will be up this hour, but it's not working just yet. So I've got the premium odds comparison tool that I can show you through. And then I've got the punters preview article. So I might not go through the odds comparison tool in full then. What I might do actually is just show you like how we use it. And most of this stuff is available for free on the free one, by the way. But I might just show you like how I use it and how I break down games so you can do the same thing on the free one. And then I'll talk through my picks a little bit more from the article, which I did on the Wednesday morning Sydney time. So let's just pick a game. I think for the Warriors-Raiders game, there's quite a few good picks. So basically, guys, the whole point of this thing is to go, all right, these are the players going down the page. Yellow, the highlighting is basically where you can find the best price for that player. And then if you go by model value, all that's looking at is what price should this player be paying according to our model. So Jordan Rapana should be about $2.55 according to our model. We're a sports data company. We've got stats models that pump in player stats, team stats, line, total, all that kind of stuff, spit out a number, and it's $2.55 for Rapana. You can see here that you can get $2.85 on BetRight anytime try score for Rapana. So when I go by model value, when I sort by model value, the green or the orange, obviously the higher the number it is, the better. So 112% is like $2.85 compared to $2.55 is considerably better. So that's why this is the best pick according to our model. Just remember, in these 3 value sections here, you want to see the highest possible number. Historical value is basically in that person's career, in that player's career, what would, if you go by their strike rate and then convert that to betting odds, $4.84. Josh Papa, and that's why we've named Wiki Premium after him. He is the best middle forward try scorer in the NRL. So he should be $4.84, and we found him at $10.50 on Neds. Freaking incredible price. So that's why he's got the highest historical value, which means compare his best odds, $10.50 on Neds, to ATS historical, which is what his career strike rate says his price should be if you just look backwards. Market value is basically looking at the best possible odds. So let's pick someone who's a bit more relevant. Let's pick Niokore. This is right side second row for the Warriors. Sean Johnson did that beautiful play out to Rocco Berry, the right center, unfortunately last week for us. But Murata Niokora is $5.50 on Neds and Ladbrokes, right? Anytime try scorer. Compare that to the second best bookie, and that would be like $4.70. And $5.50 divided by $4.70 is about 117%, which is why it's over here. So basically, these are just three different ways of highlighting the best picks, and they become a lot more obvious when you're looking at first try scorers. So, for example, Metcalf got the first try, I think 2 weekends ago. He's looked really freaking good on that left edge for the Warriors in the halves. And he spent $23 on BetRight. And that's one of the best things about BetRight, by the way. You can sign up to BetRight right here on the odds comparison tool. One of the best things about BetRight is like, look at a lot of the yellow and it's all BetRight, because they basically told me that they're trying to be as competitive as possible on their prices. And obviously, if you sign up through this link, we get a bit of an intro fee, which is awesome. But yeah, like just to break it down, you can just look at different ways to solos on the bench. Otherwise, that 176 would have been juicy. But yeah. Oh, the other one is Tapine here. See, like 67s. You can see here that 67s on BetRight is way higher than any other bookie, because they all have him at 51, which is why he stands out in market value. Our model still doesn't like him. Historically, he doesn't have a great first try scorer strike rate, but market value was a good way to find Tapine at 67. And you know, I love middle forwards at good prices. He'll be playing up against, well, he'll be playing the Warriors in New Zealand. He scored a try, I think, last week. He's looked really freaking good recently. Really like Tapine. So anyways, guys, our paid or like premium odds comparison tool has all 5 markets for every single game, and has like, well, it will soon have 12 or 13 bookies once they're all up and ready. But our free one, which obviously you can check out later today on the Wednesday, we'll have 3 markets first, anytime, and 2 plus. And we'll have, I think, 5 or 6 of the main bookies. But anyways, guys, that's probably it for the odds comparison tool. I think what'll be a little bit more fun to finish off with, I'll go through the picks in the article and actually talk through like why I like them. I fill this out. So below here, by the way, so like I put the picks at the top, a little bit of a screenshot or something here, and then below I do like a write-up of like why I like each play and why I like the price. But I usually do that on game day, because it's just like a lot of work that we put into Tuesdays. It's like the premium guys, I put in like 5 or 6 hours on a Tuesday from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, putting up picks for them, going crazy across all the different sites. Like literally, we're like picking off prices and the bookies are changing them. Like it's really hectic. And you can see that, like, you know, I want to grow Wicky and I want to keep as many things free as possible. Even after picking off all those amazing prices on the Tuesday, we've still got this much value for you guys, which just shows like how much value there is out there. Anyways, guys, let me get straight into it. So, Dragons Tigers, the Thursday night game, the spoon bowl or spoon playoff. There's a few here. So there's Wakeham at 41. So yeah, the premium guys, we all got on him like first, second, third at 15s, and FTS, LTS at 41s. But one of the sites still has him 41s, first try scorer, which is awesome. And then BetRight have Bateman at 34s. The edge, he's playing on an edge. And Coruscant, who scored 2 or 3 tries this year, looked pretty good. He's at 41s for first try scorer. You can see, I won't do this for all the games, because obviously this is the premium odds comparison tool here, but both of those guys should stand out. So yeah, Wakeham, you can see he's like 20% higher than any other site. All other sites have him at 34s. PlayUp still got him at 41s. Bateman as well, 34s on BetRight, 29 or less on every other site. And where is Coruscant? Yeah, so Coruscant. Oh no, Coruscant's been crunched in. Damn it. Okay, well, this is what happens. This is why the premium guys get the best prices. So Coruscant was awesome at 41s, but obviously the premium guys have got into him. So that price is no longer there. So I'll move on, guys. Warriors, Raiders, Josh Papali'i. He's $67, I think, on Neds, and we all crunched that in on Tuesday evening, but he was 71s on BetRight. Like, incredible price. I just told you guys the best middle forward try scorer in the NRL. He should be around like 51s. Even 61s would be a really good price. 71s is just incredible. And so is the $10.50. That's more than double his career strike rate. Like, if you went off his career strike rate, put that into punting odds, it'd be less than $5, and you're getting more than $10 on Neds. Just freaking awesome value. Young and Dimoko, great prices on BetRight. Whitehead, same deal on 365.41s. Horsburgh, Tapine, and Wolford, they were 71s when I wrote this article on BetRight. Again, they were all like 51, I think, on most sites as well. So you can see BetRight clearly have the best price. And Gula, I love Gula off the bench. His family runs like a kebab shop near where I live. And yeah, absolutely love this guy. I always say that once I want to bet on him, I'm gonna go get a kebab from them. It hasn't happened yet. um, but anyways, love that price as well. Rabbitohs, Broncos, Jai Arrow, he's playing on an edge, but Ned's having price at middle forward prices. Ridiculous value. All the premium guys smacked that last night, and somehow the price is still there. I really hope it gets to you guys when you watch this on a Wednesday Alva or Wednesday evening. I hope that price is still there for you guys. He should be like 41s, maximum 51s. Not even like it's a close game, maybe 51s, but that ATS of 10 and 67 FPS second half, awesome prices there. Piakura, love that. So again, he's like 41s and 6 to score anytime. Piakura, he's gonna play the right edge, I think, which is Adam Reynolds' side, and Adam Reynolds as well is 41s, I think, which is an incredible price. So these two are really good, and then Cook at 41 as well. Like all three, Piakura, Reynolds, Cook. The beauty of this is like he plays edge for the Broncos. Obviously, Reynolds in the halves and Cook and hooker, but all three of them are really good value when you look at the other bookies and how they've priced them. And obviously, if you read the game, like Damien Cook loves a scoot. Reynolds love, especially late in games. I would love Adam Reynolds up against his old side as well. And Piakura's look pretty dangerous on an edge as well. And Billy Walter scored a try last week. Looks really good at $51 odds. Scored the first try. A lot of these guys, I'm just talking off the article, a lot of these are on BetRight. But I should, for people who are listening, I should say these out loud. So I'll start doing that now. But Arrows on Neds, Piakura's on BetRight and Neds. Reynolds is on BetRight and Unibet, and Cook and Walters are on BetRight, and Walters is also on Neds. There you go. Titans Roosters, this should be really good. Teddy's back, Tino's out. The Roosters are playing for their season. It should be a really interesting game. The best pick I found was Phil Sammy at $15 on Dabble. I don't think this price will last later in the day, but if it does, it's an incredible price. Really good price for Sammy. He's looked really good in the last couple of weeks as well. David Fafita on 365, really, really good price. $3.50 anytime try scorer. Way better than his career strike rate. And you can find him first and last try scorer at 21s. Tedesco, $2.75 on points bet. That was really good value as well. Kles Haas at 41. So he's the right edge back rower. Yeah, he would be because David's left. So right edge back rower for the Titans. He scored a try a couple of weeks ago. He's been looking quite good. He's 41s on BetRight. And then Brandon Smith, anytime try score of $6 on Neds. He's slimmed down. He's got a point to prove. I really like this play actually up against the Titans, who don't have a very strong middle as well, and they're missing Tino. I really like that Brandon Smith play. Knights v Storm, Marju, standout pick. Anytime try score, $2.45 on 365. I think the Knights at home do have a crack against the Storm. I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll score a few tries. And Marju on the left, and Fitzgibbon on the left, and Campbell on the left. All three of them are on the Knights left, and that's Ponga's favored side. So Marju anytime, 245, 365. Fitzgibbon, 34 on BetRight, first try scorer. Gamble, first try scorer, 51 on Neds. On the right side, we've got Gagai and Young, who are both really good value, $4.80 and $2.30. $4.80 Gagai Neds, $2.30 Young on Tab and Player. And the Leo Thompson, first try scorer, 91s. Good price, strong player, hasn't scored a try yet, but he looks good, and I'm happy to take the 91s on BetRight. Cows Eels. So really good options in this game, actually. So, and like a nice variety of anytime try scorers and some bigger odd stuff as well. But got Penasini. He's a really juicy price on a few different bookies. So $4.50 anytime try scorer. He's a beast on that right edge as a center for the Eels on Mitch Moses' side. $4.50 Tab and Dabble anytime try scorer. First and last, 31s on Dabble. Holmes, anytime, 270 on Dabble. Russell, anytime, 3 on 365. First and last, 17s on 365. Mitch Moses, 650 anytime on Tab. And then Lane, 6 and 41s, ATS and FTS on Neds. So there's a bunch of value in that game. It's going to be really good to watch, actually. Panthers, Dogs, this is going to be a massacre. So most punters, the way they think, oh, Panthers are going to smack the Dogs are shit, they're not even going to score a try. I think differently. I don't care if the Dogs only score 1 or 2 tries. There's some really high prices on the Dogs players, and I'm keen as hell to take them and think like they either start really, really well and they compete for like the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and hopefully they get a lucky try nice and early, or the game's over, the Panthers rest a couple, and the Dogs get like a lucky late try. So That's my point of view, right? So I'm just going to read these players out. A lot of these guys are Dogs players, and if you think, oh, the Dogs won't score, or like it goes against everything I believe in, because I'm all about value, and I don't give a shit if they only score 1 or 2 tries. I'm trying to pick out good prices, right? So if Dogs players were like, $26 score the first try, that's shit. I wouldn't touch that. But there's really good prices out there, and I'm going to read them out, and it's up to you whether you agree and you want to get on as well. So Fisher Harris, first and last try score 51s on BetRight 365. Sorensen 23, left edge back rower on BetRight as well. So those are the only 2 Panthers players. So if you're not going to punt on Dogs players, just don't listen to the next 60 seconds or so. But Marnie, first and last try score 81s on Dabble, Tab, and Play Up. Love that price for Marnie. He chases grubbers, he can scoot over, he follows through if someone makes a half break. Love Marnie 81s. King and Fatala Mariner at 176 first try score on BetRight. I was even happy to take 151s. Like, I think it gets to a certain point where I don't care how many points a team is a favorite by. If the other team have someone paying 151, I'll take it. Always. Might sound silly, but I'm happy to have a small stake on it because it's the NRL. Anything can happen. And you're not, I'm not betting on the Dogs to win 1 to 12 or anything, right? They just need to get it right for like 5 or 10 minutes, a couple of good sets at the start, and they can be smashed by 50 points after. I don't give a shit. Anyways, Alamotti, the centre for the Dogs, FTS and LTS 51s on BetRight, 365 and Neds. He's playing centre, he's playing 51s. I'm happy to have a small double on that. Burden, who I'm much more confident in, played really well last couple of weeks. FTS and LTS 51s on Tab, double, and Play Up. Curtis Morin, he scored the last try a couple of weeks ago at like 81s. I like him. He's a short guy, like nuggety lock type play off the bench. FTS second half, 126s on Neds. And Tavita Pangai Jr., I'll take him at a good price anytime. I love Pangai Jr. FTS second half, 81s. Feels like the kind of game he gets up for against his old. Well, he was only there for a few weeks, but he gets up for these games that are big challenges. He'll do something stupid, but hopefully he does something special. And we did hit him at first try score at 67s in a month or so ago. So we'll see how that game goes. And the last one, guys, not a lot of value on this one, but Sharks and Manly. I'm hoping it'll be a bit closer than most people think. But Braden Trindle's a clear standout pick, first and last at 29s on 365. Gets his crack, loves scoring a try, really good attacking player. So I like the price there. Brayley first, try score at 41s and ATS at 7 on Neds, and Aloi at 71s on Toppy. I think Aloi, that price probably won't last, but anywhere you see Aloi at 67 or more and he's starting and his first try scorer at 67 or more, I really like that. So that's it, guys, for the picks. I'll just leave you with, as I said, guys, there's only 7 weeks to go in the NRL. It's been an awesome ride to see a bunch more people on Discord, a lot of people chatting footy. We've got, in the value punting chat, people are talking about picks, people are talking about early lines. It's actually just a good rugby league chat, which is awesome. Because for a long time there was just like a whole bunch of guys. It was just shit talk, right? But it's changed a lot, which is awesome. I'm trying to make things a little bit more fun. I've got like a little feedback thing here to find out what people want more of, so I can give it to them. We've got like a little dabble, like you can copy my multis and stuff. Anyways, I think I'll leave it at that, guys. But there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up, obviously from our point of view as well. Like 8 games again means we can go nuts with picks. I try to, obviously, if I can, put out some of the free picks to the some of the picks to the free group as well. Like last night, I couldn't help myself. We found Stefano Tukumanu at $71 $71 to score first, and he's like in that Josh Papali, Tino Murray, like top elite middle forward try scorer bunch, and Stefano should be like $51 at most. And if you look now, he will be. But BetRight had him $71 when the market opened up. So I got on with the premium guys, and then I gave it to the rest of the premium members, the guys that don't pay for the announcements and stuff. And I thought, stuff it. We've had fun with this. Everyone's had a crack at it. Let's get it out to the free guys. So even if you don't punt seriously, but you just want to have fun with your NRL punting experience, just join our Discord. A lot of stuff does go out to the free guys. As you said, it's a thriving community, which I always wanted, and we finally got it. So anyways, guys, enjoy your footy this weekend. Gamble responsibly. Enjoy it. And I'll catch you on next week's podcast, and I'll see you in the Discord.